Hey, I'm FTFE. Welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what Commander Riker does to sitting down properly. Anyway, let's see this this evidence that you've got. All you've done so far is gone, I saw a thing, derpy 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 derp. I know, because I skipped 2 years of school because I had a very high IQ. Oh my fucking god, you're so dumb. I mean, I can create a No Man's Sky thing as well. It's cool.
No, I can show you the gravity function. Sure, I can show you.
No. Why won't you release the entire source code so that we can all check it? Of course, I can make a source code appear. I can make a source code appear to say anything. Obviously, I can name many languages.
Well, what language do you use to program?
I use many languages.
Name one, then, my good friend.
C++.
What have you created in C++?
Stuff. A very high IQ. Do you want to respond to my evidence that the Earth is a globe? Or are you going to show that you're a coward and not actually engage in the conversation and just get banned forever like the little bitch that you are? I've also been researching your gravity function and there's many problems with it. All you've done is like remove astronomical values like mass, and it includes much less realism than you would actually get with a realistic spacey gravity. It's kind of what video games tend to use to make gameplay feel more sticky and dramatic at long ranges, but it doesn't include any astronomical mass values and includes much less realism.
The moon is at least purported to be 1/80th of the mass of Earth, correct?
No.
Well, 1/80th of the mass of Earth is an approximation for the moon's alleged mass.
No, about 1/5. Because I had a very high IQ. Do you have an IQ high enough to eat breakfast without digging your eye out with a spoon? Cryoraptor says for £5, Craig, ask him if has any meaning to them. Are you f***ing mad? Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. A lot of the reason why homeless don't have houses is because they literally don't want houses, right?
Well,
oh my god, you're a f***ing idiot.
Okay.
Are you gonna cry? Stop being so f***ing stupid and pretending like you're smart. You are stupid. You are dumb. You are a moron. You are an independent asshole that does not understand science. Every scientist in the world wants you to f*** off, and when you get there, they want you to f*** off again. You are in fact dumb. That's as simple as that. You're thick. You're stupid. You are a moron. You are in no position to be having a conversation with me, an expert in physics and science. You are below me. You are stupid. This is a fact. You are dumb. You are a moron. Your mother must have dropped you on your head. There's a large chance your parents met at a family reunion. There's also a good chance that you were fed lead paint instead of formula. And there's a very, very good chance that you are in fact a victim of fetal alcohol poisoning syndrome.
My older brother has fetal alcohol syndrome, and that's
good
not
job.
funny.
I find it hilarious. Well, thank you very much, guys. That has been an incredibly fun stream. I think I may have actually made him cry. Now, shut up. I'm talking. I'll let you know, little girl, when you can talk, okay? You know how I know?
How do you know?
Children. And they're smart.
Hey everyone, as many of you may know, I used to make videos debunking the flat earth and young earth creationism a few years ago. The skeptic and debunking community on YouTube is vastly successful, with the flat earth debunking scene being one of the most prominent. And while there certainly is value to be found in this, every so often you come across a channel that takes skepticism to the next level, where instead of digging into the science of why something's wrong, instead they turn to ridicule uninformed and confused people for money.
3Ron says that you're the most pathetic fact denier.
None of these people, in my experience, are more vile in their content and demeanor than Craig McNeill, aka Fight the Flat Earth, a fellow Englishman who spent the last few years building a channel dedicated to mocking vulnerable people for money. Craig and his wife are known for such esteemed works of cinema as We Chased a Flat Earth Bimbo Off the Internet and Naked Flat Earther Gets Angry. Most of his live streams follow the same formula. A clearly unstable or confused person comes on to talk about Flat Earth, and Craig, alongside with a crowd of paid super chats, tears them apart. Not to educate or correct, but to humiliate. In fact, he openly admits he only does this for the money. These kinds of debunking channels go for the very lowest hanging fruit, humiliate them for cash, and then call themselves intellectuals. So, since these kinds of channels are so morally bankrupt and exploitative, I thought it'd be funny to go on, under the guise of a flat earther, and see how exactly Craig and his audience treat people they perceive to be below them. So, massive disclaimer, I am not a real flat earther, of course, but I am the disembodied voice in this debate, and I will be making some incredibly ridiculous arguments to see what Mr. McNeill does with them, though in the end, it didn't seem like I needed to talk much at all for his behaviour to make my point for me. The original stream has been trimmed down for brevity, so if you're interested in the uncut version for full context, just search FTFE and look for his most recent live debate. I won't be linking his channel in the description. I'll also be interjecting once or twice to clarify a few things. Also, make sure to stick around or skip to the timestamp I'll be leaving in the description, because this guy had some pretty interesting things to say to me privately after the stream. With all that said and done, let's see if you guys can endure this man for as long as I had to. Enjoy!
Hey, I'm FTFE, welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what Commander Riker does to sitting down properly. We're going to have a good old-fashioned flat earth debate today, and joining us we have Therian, I don't know how to say it, I probably got it wrong, and he's going to teach me a bunch of stuff that I'm sure I'm wrong about, just like every flat earther ever. Therian, hello, welcome to the channel, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. Some of you might know me from the MC2 discussion, and I'm back again to talk with Craig today, and hopefully both sides can be educated in some way.
Well, I can promise you this, there is nothing a flat earther has ever educated me on, otherwise, apart from possibly identifying mental illnesses of some kind. So, if you do, it will be the first time that a flat earther has ever been able to educate me.
Okay, well, there's a first time for everything. I mean, science is all about pioneering, so...
I always find it cute when a flat earther talks about science. Okay, so why don't you just, you've got 10 minutes. You don't need 10 minutes, but I will allow you up to 10 minutes to give us all your evidence that shows that the Earth is, in fact, not an oblate spheroid, but some kind of flat world. So please, dazzle us with your science.
Okay, well, in science you'll know that when something is so small in comparison to what you're measuring, we call it negligible, right? And in the case of...
Sorry, just one sec. It's a little bit hard to hear you. Are you, like, talking... Is your mic in your mouth?
I'd ask you in turn to give me any example of atmospheric refraction that could account for such a significant elevation. Okay, if you want to switch to Discord, then I guarantee it will be better quality.
Your mic will be better quality on Discord. I've asked for evidence the Earth is flat, not derpity derp derp.
Well, I'd like you to give me an example of any refractive
No, that's not how that works.
No.
Right, so I want to be clear. Your reason is it looks flat. Yeah? That's what you're bringing to me is it looks flat. Why are you eating your phone?
Yes, so to answer your question, it looks flat to me, yes, it does.
Okay, cool. To me it looks curved. So there you go. My evidence is just as good as yours. I saw a horizon. That can only happen if the Earth's a globe, so therefore it looks curved and I win. What the hell are you using as a microphone? So do you have anything other than it looks flat? Because if you don't, I'm going to laugh at you.
Well, I think our eyes are our primary means of observing the world.
Oh my god, you're a f***ing idiot. Do you have any measurements? Do you have any experiments? Do you have an IQ high enough to eat breakfast without digging your eye out with a spoon?
I'm sorry, your demeanor amuses me, I have to be honest.
Yeah, I know that, you know, laughing is a defense mechanism against embarrassment.
Well,
I'm already aware that you lied a lot by saying things like your IQ is 160. I know it's not 160.
I got your back there.
Did you know I have an IQ of 163?
Of course you do, Witsit.
Can you prove that or disprove that? That's just hearsay on your part.
What's the square root of pi to 4 decimal places? What was the name of the IQ test you took?
Well, what's yours?
Well, I don't want to disclose my personal information, but it's high enough that I had to skip 2 years of school. Which method did you go to have your IQ tested? Which organization was the one that did your actual testing?
Right, well, you take everybody's intelligence measurement.
And how do you get
divide
those?
it by the number of people tested and then multiply it by 100.
Who does the testing of everyone's intelligence? Where do people go to get their IQ measured?
Well, it could be any number of societies, such as Mensa or any number
No,
of...
Mensa don't measure IQ. You only get to join Mensa if you're of a particular IQ.
The fact that you don't even know that Mensa used to offer their own tests means that I don't really believe
Mensa
your
don't
credibility
do IQ tests. They have lots of tests, but they don't do IQ tests. To have your IQ measured, I know because I went through the process, right? The school that you're at will notice that you're doing extremely well and do some initial testing. I know because I skipped 2 years of school because I had a very high IQ, because I was noticed to be advanced and I went through this process. So I know for a fact that you are not telling the truth. You know how I know?
How do you know?
Children. And they're smart. So we can move on now, confirming that you have in fact lied, right? Do you have any evidence that is exclusive, including data to back it up, that the Earth is flat and stationary?
I would argue that people on my scientific caliber aren't actually allowed to ever have the funding or socioeconomic status to carry out these experiments.
Sorry, people of your scientific caliber.
That's correct. You heard me correct.
What is your scientific caliber?
Well, people who can see through the clear web of deception.
Scientific caliber would mean that you qualifications, peer review, etc. Not somebody that can see through the web of lies. What is your scientific caliber? What is your qualifications, and where do you get them?
Well, as someone who's one of the few members of the community of actually measuring things without bias, without the preconceived...
Oh, so you've done a
notion
measurement?
that-
You've done a measurement?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's see the measurements then.
Well, I've already shared with you my
No, you
experience
looked
in
at something.
beginning
That looking at something isn't a measurement.
Yes, it is. Our eyes are measuring devices. Our
No,
eyes are sensors.
oh my fucking god, you dip. No, our eyes are not measuring devices. You cannot measure just by looking at something, you fucking moron.
I believe that your wording there was actually very interesting. You said that
I don't care what you believe.
a measuring device is something that is designed to measure. And
No, I didn't say a
think
measurement is
your-
something that's designed to
your word
measure.
there
I
is
said a
actually
measurement is something that you have a
quite
tool to do.
indicative of a
You don't
faulty
measure
trick.
with your eyes.
I do
Your
believe-
eyes do not have the ability to measure something.
Listen, globe earthers are the first to claim that Galileo Galilei was the one to, for his time.
Have I
measure
mentioned
the
Galileo?
speed of light using
Have
only
I
a looking
mentioned
glass.
Galileo once? Are you debating anyone that is talking about Galileo? No.
Okay, then you're actively refusing to engage in a real discourse.
No, the debate is about the flat earth and evidence pertaining to it, but all you've done so far is gone, I saw a thing, derpy, 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 derp, Alex. So, I'm gonna ignore you demanding me to do things because, well, you basically. And I'm just gonna ask you again, do you have any evidence that shows the earth is flat? Try and focus, you ADHD rizzled moron.
I know that anything I say is going to be laughed at and you're not going to take it seriously.
Answer the question, otherwise I'm just going to get rid of you because you're refusing to engage in the conversation.
Okay, well, here's one of my main refutations. We are led to believe that under Newtonian gravity, which is at least alleged to be an approximation of what we see on our day-to-day lives, mass attracts mass, correct? We have any number of massive objects such as mountains or continents or even the moon. The moon is at least purported to be 1/80th of the mass of Earth, correct?
No.
Well, 1/80th of the mass of Earth is an approximation for the moon's alleged mass.
No, about 1/5.
No, that's the alleged gravity is 1/6. The alleged mass is 1/80th. So you don't know what you're talking about.
No, you're right. 81 times. Okay. Yeah, carry on.
So I'm glad that at least both sides could learn something today, even if it was just a single number.
I'm sure I've learned that
So-
before. I just didn't have it in my brain at that particular point. But yeah, carry on.
So in that case, why isn't the moon's pull on us 1/80th that of Earth? Because
Because
it's
FG equals
actually
GM1 M2
fundamental.
over R squared. Okay. Can you... FG equals GM1 M2 over R squared. Could you tell me what that actually means? Do you
Oh, yeah.
know?
Well, that's the alleged equation is the force of gravity is the gravitational constant times the mass, which the factor of those two is called the standard gravitational parameter, and then you divide that by the square of the distance between them. That's the standard method of approximating Newtonian gravity.
Okay, but what does that mean mechanically?
Say you double the distance between two objects, the gravitational attraction between them will decrease by a factor of 4, which is the square of 2.
Okay, so it's inversely proportional, correct?
Yes.
Right. Well, there's your answer. You do the maths of what you would expect with the moon being that far away, and what happens is exactly what we predict.
Okay, well, my response that I've naturally been trying to lead on to is that exponential, quote-unquote, inverse square gravity doesn't necessarily have to be exactly that formula to describe what we see. I believe that linear or just simple inverse gravity can describe exactly the same thing.
Well, no, absolutely 100% would not, because it wouldn't increase in a factor of 4 when you double the distance. It would increase linearly. That would not work. You're trying to change a constant of the universe, and that would break everything. It's not linear, it's squared. What the f*** are you on about?
Well, what my point is that if we can construct a model using inverse gravity, it disproves the need for a square.
What do you
just
mean
proves that the
inverse
equation isn't
gravity?
nonsense. Well, inverse as opposed to inverse square.
That is...
Well, okay. If you give me a chance, I come with very strong evidence. I didn't get the chance to share this on my last encounter, but I have actually constructed a detailed simulation of orbital mechanics using simple linear fall-off of gravity, and it works.
let's see it then.
Okay, allow me to just use the toilet quick, and then I'll come back and do it, okay?
I told you to go before we started.
Well, I didn't need to before we started.
Should have thought ahead.
I warned you.
Do you have a hall pass?
Well, I'm sort of clairvoyant when it comes to the need to
Do you
use
have a
the-
hall pass?
the lab. Well, I'm beyond school age, so no.
Well, I can't allow you to go then. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to have to disobey.
I'm sorry, but I'm not allowing it. Stay where you are. Anyway, let's see this this evidence that you've got. The Drunk Debunk Show from 499 says, pretty sure he's dragging a body.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
So you'll see here that I've constructed a simulation, an approximation of a solar system using Newtonian gravity.
That's not what I want. I want you to do a model of reality of the solar system that we say that we have, matching the orbits and the forces and everything. I mean, I can create a No Man's Sky thing as well. It's cool, but that doesn't show how
I
gravity
doubt you
works
can.
with a
I
linear
doubt
function.
you can, my good friend.
Well,
Doubt you
I
can,
really
but-
probably could. It's not hard. I'm kind of actually an expert in VFX. It's not going to be a problem for me to make something like this.
You're a programmer?
I can program basic stuff,
What, in HTML?
other stuff.
Like
This
what?
doesn't
What
doesn't
language?
show that it matches what
language?
we say. This doesn't show
What
that
language?
it matches what this doesn't show that it matches what we say, right?
Are you, if you're a programmer, tell me
Anyway,
what language is it?
this doesn't show that it matches what we say happens. So
Tell me what language is it,
where's the
please?
simulation that matches the barycentric universe?
Here. It's right here.
What is that? Our barycentric universe, our barycentric exact solar system, matching what we have with our
Well-
planets, our perturbations, our elliptical orbits, or is this just a random
There are
thing that
any-
you've made?
There are any number of different exoplanets in their own solar systems on the globe Earth model. See how there's an elliptical orbit here? It has an inclination, it has an argument of anomaly, it has an aphelion and a perihelion. I mean,
And
what
you're
more do
saying
you
that
want? I
none
can
of
show you the
this
source
at
code.
all contains anything that would have a inversely proportional force compared to the distance. Of course,
no,
I can
it
make
does.
a
It
source
just
code
doesn't
appear
have
to
an
I can make
inverse
a source
square.
code appear to say anything. Obviously, this solar system, simulate that working with only a linear gravity function.
Why specifically this one? I mean, there are any number of solar systems.
Which solar system is that, or is that just one you've
It's a
made up?
It's a simulation.
Right, okay. It's a simulation of nothing. So, if you can show that the universe that we actually exist in reality can function in a different way, you get my left testicle.
I have no need for your left testicle, so.
Well, you don't have any yourself, so you could probably use it. So,
Wow.
if that works, if what you're saying works, you should be able to, no problem at all, show me our solar system functioning with a linear proportion.
I can.
Go on then.
Okay, well, we've already established that you lied about being a programmer because you couldn't even name the language you use.
I can name
So
many
if you
languages.
understood- Well, what language do you use to program?
I use many languages.
Name one then, my good friend.
C++,
Do you program in C++?
have done.
I don't think that's true.
Sure.
What have you created in C++?
Stuff. But anyway, this is about your evidence that the Earth is flat. If you could stimulate the actual solar system, then you would have started with that instead of a nonsense solar system that looks like it's from no man's sky.
I think you're more interested in showmanship than actually considering my evidence.
Well, no, I'm interested in you showing evidence of your claim.
I can show you the gravity function, sure. I can show you
No,
that
no,
part
why
of
won't you
source
release
code,
the
but-
entire source code so that we can all check it?
Because it's my intellectual property.
Right, so you're hiding within it the functions that include everything that is in our solar system and the gravity that we say they are, and you're just pretending that they're not there because you won't show them us. Is that right?
That's an accusation of conspiracy.
You should know where the variables are located. You should know the distance and weight and mass parameters and how to adjust them. You should be able to go into your code and change those pretty damn quickly. Take away the parameters that you have for the planets that are already there, add the parameters for planets that exist in reality, put the correct distance parameters in. That shouldn't take too long. If I'm only saying 2 planets and the sun are needed, that's 3 parameters to change, 6 in total with the distance. Then make the correct orbits happen under your linear function. That should not take very long. Anyone that understands programming should understand that a system already created should not take long to adjust some variables.
These arguments are coming from a place of ignorance about how GDScript and C# actually work.
So what you're
Can you-
saying
can
is
you
that
tell
you
me-
can't do it. That's fine. If you can't do it, it's not, you don't have to be embarrassed about it. You can just say, no, I can't do that. I don't have those skills.
Can you tell me what a method is or what a floating point is if you know so much about programming?
If you don't have those skills, it's fine. You can just say that.
This is a bad faith argument, my friend.
No, it's not. So you say this is your intellectual property. What are you going to do with it?
I'm making it into a spaceflight simulator. It's been my project for about 5
Making it
years.
into a space flight simulator. What, like, I don't know, Kerbal Space Program that uses FG equals GM1 M2 over R squared?
Well, Kerbal Space Program doesn't use M-body. It uses 2-body.
No, it uses M-body.
Well, on the player, yes, but between the
Yeah.
planets, it's 2-body.
But you're the player.
Right, but we're talking about celestial mechanics here. We're not talking about aerospace engineering and
We
and
certainly
flight.
are talking about aerospace engineering. You're talking about Kerbal Space Program.
You're a master of moving goalposts, my friend. Look, it's simple. Look at this very simple function.
No, dude, did you not just listen to what I said?
Look at this simple function.
Why are
here.
you moving the goalposts?
Why are you
You
mad?
are a flat earther. Your job here is to show me the Earth is flat. Those planets in your simulation, were they round or were they flat?
None of the planets were Earth.
Those planets in your simulation, were they round or were they flat?
They were approximately spherical, if you want to be specific.
You are here to give evidence of the Earth being flat, yet you show a simulation of round planets, you fucking moron. You want to respond to my evidence that the Earth is a globe? Or are you going to show that you're a coward and not actually engage in the conversation and just get banned forever like the little bitch that you are? You have 20 seconds to at least attempt to respond. If you can't, you're gay. I'm showing
That's
everyone
it.
your gravity function, by the way, and they're kind of laughing.
See how it's just the length of the vector and not the square of the length?
Yeah, it's hilarious. Yes, we're seeing it.
Hey, this is post-debate Alex here again. I just wanted to chip in and clarify something. You'll notice that Mr. McNeill has been brutally dismissive of my ideas around alternative gravity models. But flat Earth rhetoric aside, a linear gravitational function where gravity falls off with distance instead of distance squared is a well-explored and perfectly valid topic in theoretical and computational physics. It's absolutely worth being open to discussing. Of course, saying it could replace real gravity is classic flat Earth nonsense. That was part of the character I was playing. But what I was actually trying to say, not that I was given much of a chance, is that orbital mechanics still works under this kind of gravity. In what's sometimes called inverse gravity, where force falls off at 1 over r instead of 1 over r squared, you can still get bound orbits, resonances, tides, and gravitational capture. While those orbits won't be perfect ellipses and they'll precess over time, a stable solar system is entirely possible under those rules. To me, this is a perfect example of a self-described debunker whose ego has grown far too big for his own shoes. Endlessly egged on and bolstered up by viewers and flattering super chats, he's become incapable of admitting when he's wrong or showing any real curiosity about something he might not actually be fully informed in. Honestly, I'm considering turning the simulation into a devlog series. It was inspired by the Outer Wilds, and it might actually be a fun way to share this strange little universe I've been building. Anyway, back to the video.
Dihydrogen monoxide for £2 says, odds that he has a partner, I'll go with 10 to the negative 17. I've also been researching your gravity function, and there's many problems with it.
It's literally x over y. It's that simple. What's there to research?
Well, I mean, it's all you've done is like remove astronomical values like mass, and it includes much less realism than you would actually get with a realistic spacey gravity. It's more sticky and dramatic at long ranges. It doesn't do the same as what we have. It's a different explanation of gravity, a different function of gravity that wouldn't work because it doesn't match reality. It doesn't do the things that it does that we would see in reality. It gives a much slower fall off, which means gravity stays stronger over distance, so you wouldn't get the large amount of distance between bodies that we get in reality. It's stronger when closer, which is going to be a much bigger problem. It couldn't ever match what we have in reality. It's kind of what video games tend to use to make gameplay feel more sticky and dramatic at long ranges, but it doesn't include any astronomical mass values and includes much less realism. So,
did you know that a pilot was recently arrested flying into Antarctica?
Yeah, because he didn't follow his flight plan, which is illegal. Flying planes has rules.
Because he saw something. He was en route to see something he wasn't meant to see.
No, that's not true. He landed somewhere where he wasn't supposed to land. It was outside of his flight plan.
Right, because if he flew any quote-unquote further south than he should have, he would have seen something he wasn't meant to.
Have you got any evidence of that? Because of him being outside of his flight plan, had to land in a place where he wasn't supposed to land, and then got arrested because he didn't follow his flight plan. There's rules when you fly, and if you do what he did, which was not go where he said he was going, you're gonna get in trouble.
Do you know why there were rules?
Yes, because flying's dangerous, and if you get in trouble, there has to be people to help you.
Flying is the safest form of travel, did you know? Fun fact.
So, as now I have given evidence and you failed to even attempt to debunk it, so I'm just going to chalk a win up for me there. I'm going to give you another opportunity to give evidence that the Earth is flat. And whilst you're doing that, I'll read some super chats. Crypto Cryoraptor says for £5, Craig, ask him if has any meaning to them.
Okay, how about this? If you'd like to continue the discussion.
Oh, you're back, are you?
Sorry, I had to use the lavatory again.
Oh, you didn't even let me know. Okay. That was rude. I was trying to talk to you and everything, but, you know.
You said you wouldn't let me last time, so I don't know what you expected.
Permission. You should ask permission.
So, planes, they have a gyroscope, right? That means that as they naturally move along a straight line, they have to compensate for the ground curving away underneath them.
No, they don't have to compensate.
For planes flying along a straight path, it's going to end, when the Earth curves away underneath, it's going to end up in f***ing Hellenheim. So like,
No, again,
needs-
the planes fly because they have a balance of forces. And once that's balanced, because the atmosphere is curved around the Earth, the plane will also just follow the curve of the Earth. This is the dumbest thing that, in fact, you know, what you've just said is one of the dumbest things that I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent thought was there anything close to resembling a rational thought. Everyone watching is now dumber for having listened to you.
if it's flying along a curved line and not dipping its nose down, it's going to eventually be facing upwards relative to the up direction at its local point on the
North
Earth's
and
surface.
south are not up and down. It will always be level to the Earth.
I'm making a diagram. Let me share it with you.
You're breaking out the crayons, are you? Bless.
Do you see how the fifth plane is stalling?
Yeah, because that's not how they fly. They will always have their bottom facing towards the Earth. Oh my f***ing
Right.
God, you're so dumb.
They'd have to constantly dip their nose down.
No, they wouldn't. They follow the atmosphere is curved. IQ 163, my f***ing ass.
Allow me to make another diagram.
Is it going to be as stupid as this one? You're
Its
f***ing
nose is going to
hilarious.
dip down. You can see. But that's not even a simulation. This is just an animation.
This is a sim. What's the difference between a simulation and an animation?
A simulation is using real-world forces, and this is just a road.
Well, these are using forces. These are using this is using the pitch and everything, and it would show why it stays like that. But this is how a plane flies, not your fucking stupid. In your fucking diagram, the plane is going sideways, and then the next dumb thing you've shown would be impossible because there would be no air for the plane to get up there. It's very f***ing simple, a bit like you.
I'm not simple.
Yeah, you f***ing are, dude. You're extremely simple. Okay? When
not
your mum told you that you were special, she was correct, but she didn't mean what you thought she meant.
I'm not simple.
You're very simple. You're like the most simple genius I've ever spoken to. If you can't understand the most basic principles around flight mechanics, then you're in no f***ing position to be talking physics with me. You are, in fact, dumb. That's as simple as that. You're thick. You're stupid. You are a moron that does not understand the most basic concepts in physics or science. You are in no position to be having a conversation with me, an expert in physics and science. You are below me. You are below the level of everyone watching this. You should have read a book once in your life.
Why would you say that though? Like, why?
Because it's all true. You are stupid. This is a fact. You are dumb. You are a moron. Your mother must have dropped you on your head. There's a large chance your parents met at a family reunion.
That's your opinion though.
No, well, yeah, it is my opinion that there's a large chance your parents met at a family reunion. It's a bloody good chance. There's also a good chance that you were fed lead paint instead of formula, and there's a very, very good chance that you are in fact a victim of fetal alcohol poisoning syndrome. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is.
My foster brother has fetal alcohol syndrome, and that's
Good
not
job.
funny.
I find it hilarious.
Okay.
Are you going to cry?
No, but damn.
Well, stop whining then. Stop being so fucking
Whining.
stupid and pretending like you're smart, because you're not. Anyone
I
that
am
shows that fucking nonsense about how they don't understand how planes work deserves no respect. You are not qualified for this conversation, okay? You have
I'm
just proven that. You are
I'm
stupid.
an independent-
You are
I'm an
dumb.
independent
You are a
scientist.
moron. You are an independent asshole that does not understand science. You cannot call yourself a scientist when you understand nothing about science. Seriously, every scientist in the world wants you to off. And when you get there, they want you to off again.
I'm an independent scientist.
You're not. I bet you think Trump's a good guy, don't you? All right, have you finished crying now?
Yeah. No, I
Good.
wasn't crying.
Yeah, you were. Dude, this is just hilarious. This discussion about planes, I'm making its own video because it's the dumbest thing that you said. I mean, there was a lot of dumb that you said today.
You made me a little bit upset, but you
Good.
can just get and forgive, you know?
No, you're
can
dumb.
move on.
You're stupid, and you should be ashamed of that fact. You should be ashamed of how stupid you are. You bring nothing to humanity. You lower the average IQ of humanity itself. Dom the Blade, £5 says, he's too arrogant. No more Mr. Nice Craig. Let's go full FTFE. I think he's got what he deserves. Well, thank you very much, guys. That has been an incredibly fun stream. I think I may have actually made him cry.
But it was not the end. If I thought Mr. McNeill's tantrum had ended with his livestream, I had another thing coming. What follows is honestly the most Reddit mod-esque exchange I've ever witnessed, and also the worst blackmail I've ever seen. I knew you were a troll and fancied some fun with you. Thing is, you sound so much like a Flurf, it's perfect for clips and videos. Being a YouTuber is my full-time job. Everything I do is to make money. I just used you for that. I'm the good guy. I attack willfully ignorance and vile people. Any idea how many times I've had death threats because I debunk Flat Earth? Flat Earth is an evil cult. People need slapping out of it. Me, I get emails and messages every day saying how I've helped them, taught them, encouraged them to go back to education and the gym. You do realize FTFE is a character. Are you so stupid you can't see that? It makes it even more fun. I've also got loads of info about you from over the past 5 years and who you are and what you've done. Me, I'm just a funny that debunks stupid and treats morons like they deserve. You, actually a horrible person. 17 as an adult and you need to be held responsible for your actions. I have so much info on the horrible you've said and done. The way you've treated others has been horrific. My list of things to expose you for is longer than I realized it would be. What's your video gonna be? FTFE was mean to me because I acted like stupid. Cool, that's what I do. I tread very carefully if I were you. You realize actions have consequences, even ones from 5 years ago. Dude, some of the things you've said have been disgusting. Even if you were pretending. Trust me, out of the two of us, you will look worse. So, I picked my nose. Great, I'll joke about it. I got arrested for beating up my neighbor. Yep, proud I defended my wife and home. I've got all the horrible, dehumanizing, racist, transphobic, and homophobic remarks you've ever made. I've all the harassment you've done to other people, and all the trolling you've done. You want to dance, buddy? FTFE always come down on top. As far as I remember, I'm both trans and gay, so I'm not really sure what he's got on me in that department. I do my best. I always do. You realize who you're screwing with? I've spent my life taking down bullies and exposing horrible people. You want to be my next focus? I like a project. You'll see my entire file in my video and live streams about you I've planned. I'm ex-military, 2 degrees, father of 2, husband of 18 years. I've gone through more than you could ever imagine, and I'll give you one chance to walk away from this because I'm a nice guy. Remember, I knew you were a troll, so everything I said to you was part of my act. Oh no, it's not intimidation. It's a chance for you to walk away and not have to be dragged through the coals. I like exposing horrible people. It's what I do. If you want me to expose you fully, then so be it. You came to me, you demanded a debate, I told you you're a Poe, but you insisted. You literally have nothing on me, but I have so much on you. Even this chat looks bad for you. I gave you the chance to walk away. Wow, you've got mental health issues, huh? I can't believe some of the things you've said. And at this point I just was like bored, so I just started responding with pregnant man emojis. Oh, that's a spicy one I've just got. Dude, you really have said and done some vile things. Did you not realize people would screenshot your conversations? This is getting good. You do know the internet is forever, and I've got things you've said that will destroy you online. You want to ride this train? You've got nothing on me. I'm addicted to flirts, yeah, that's it. You? I can ruin your life with what I have. I'll show everyone what scum you are. Your channel is dead. No one watches it. I get current viewers. All you have on me is I'm mean to idiots and liars like you. What do you think your video will do? Lol, OMG, this is so funny. Hashtag I'm FTFE, it's what I do. Oh my god. I've had so many people come out of the woodwork to give me info on you. Things you said when you were 17 are still things you said. They are all going in my video. I'm making you my project. I don't only go after morons who think the earth is flat, I also go after and expose scumbags like you. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. If you had any sense, you'd disappear from the internet. And then like 3 days later, where's my video? Oi, you said I'd have a video about me by the weekend. Knew you world bottle it. And that was it. After a few days of me finally having the restraint to stop responding, Craig McNeill, the giant of critical thought, pioneer of scientific endeavor, finally stopped sending me messages. This whole thing had honestly made my week, and I think this YouTuber is probably the best example of a certain breed of online skeptic types that cross the line far into the realm of narcissism and honestly just outright bullying those who don't know any better. I can't imagine many flat earthers genuinely changing their minds after speaking to such a poor representative for science, who would rather try and exploit them for some quick cash and discard them into the ether. Science, while a robust process for expanding our knowledge of the universe, should never be taken as a dogma, and I think we as creators on this subject should check ourselves and make sure that we're not turning into someone like FTFE here. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. I do wish Mr. McNeill success in his career as a science communicator, but honestly, drop the man-child act, mate. Cheers.